Match day 5 on it.
Diving it.
What do you think about them?
Ciao, bitches. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back. Diving for Glory Match Champions League episode match day 5. I am your host, Pep Corsiola, all on his solo, bruh. What can I say about that? But actually, it's Corsolo, ho. Anyway, man, welcome back. Diving for Glory. About to run through these Champions League games. Those were some interesting results, some very good matches. And before I get into all that, though, man, Diving for Glory, please note that we post every Monday on iTunes, YouTube, and divingforglory.com. And as I am hitting you today, we are hitting you with Thursday episodes following Champions League games. Man, I don't know. Maybe we'll do it for the winter break too, but that feels like a lot, man. Damn. There's a lot of games though, a lot of games to cover, and we're like some of the stuff will be covered will be kind of old, so I don't know. Anyway, think about that, Sir Solomon, wherever you're at out there, still on international break, trying to plead with the Ethiopian officials to make sure that he does not pick up a knock during his break, but it's probably inevitable. Still, man, keep it training. All right, let's get on with it, man. Hit. Adjust the cup, jersey tuck, boots, legs, diving for glory.
Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby.
That is way too much of a jam session I was having. Yo, anybody complaining I'm going to get some new beats, man? I had a RZA-like moment. I had like 10 other beats for this at the beginning of the year, and they just disappeared? I don't know. I can't explain it. But, man, let's get into it. Let's talk about two teams who did not disappear, two teams that showed up to play. And we are talking about what I consider the marquee matchup here of the round, PSG hosting Liverpool. Now, if you can remember, in the first matchup, Liverpool pulled, I believe, a 3-2 back, and I mean, it was exciting football. PSG really didn't live up to, what the hype is. It just didn't seem like they had the intensity that they certainly displayed in this game. Like, they came after it. It looked like Thiago Silva took some HGH, some PEDs or something, because he was extra like motivated, hype for the whole game, man. And with good reason, man. It's the Liverpool front three, much ballyhooed after one successful season, may I add. Even though I am certainly one of those shell-shocked people, I will own up to that, but that's not the point. I mean, PSG came out, man. They came to play this match, and in my personal opinion, PSG was the better team. They deserved the win. I feel like Mbappe had an game. Neymar was incredible to me, just disrupting Liverpool's defense, doing a lot of what I see Messi do for Barcelona. He would come back to get the ball like what Silva might do in midfield, so he can be the guy advancing it, as they played, I believe, Verratti and Marquinhos in the midfield, which doesn't really leave Verratti, though. Hold up, Verratti. Let me take that back. Verratti balled out. He was at it, man. He was box to box in his game, and balled out, man. With all that being said, Liverpool had some complaints. They actually had some complaints at the end of the game about the refereeing, and I'm like, okay, you guys got the penalty call, which was their only goal. If I have not mentioned, PSG won this game 2-1. But in my opinion, Mane dived. He was going to ground. He's doing what he do. Diving for glory, baby. Respect. But one shot on target. All the flopping in the world for PSG isn't improving that stat. 8 total shots, 1 on target. Like, dude, 1 big chance for the game. No counterattacks. PSG had 3 counterattacks. They had 2 big chances to your none. It was just a subpar game by Liverpool. And we're gonna go to what the normal chorus has been about Liverpool at this time, and that is that midfield. That midfield: James Milner, Jordan Henderson, Jorginho Wijnaldum. Doesn't inspire much. And as we've been seeing this year so far, Naby Keita, when he comes into the game, it changes. He looks like he's going to be that Silva for them, that guy for them that just, honestly provides the service to Mane, Firmino, Salah, because they really didn't have the service. There was, they got enough opportunities though. Hold up, I'm backtracking because I only said they had 8, but they had enough of the ball is what I mean. But they didn't. But PSG defense, like I said, Thiago Silva, Kimpembe, Bernat and Carrera, and actually Marquinhos, in my opinion. Silva and Marquinhos really showed up. Even Kimpembe, even though he almost blew it at one point. But Verratti was a force out there too, man, in midfield. Like, dude, I'm telling you, they just came to play. With all that being said, Naby Keita comes on. It's a little bit different out there, but the back line, he started Lovren, he started Gomez instead of Alexander-Arnold on the right. I don't know why. I don't know. I really felt like their best lineup was Gomez and Van Dijk in the central back position, and Alexander-Arnold, on the far right, not Lovren. But with all that being said, Lovren didn't play awful, but he didn't play great. Neither did Van Dijk. Did not have a great game. So that's how it goes, and they took an L, and that's how it goes, and that makes the results, the end of this group, very, very difficult. So instead of just doing 4 games and then trying to backtrack and tell you all about what's going on in the group, I am going to address the rest of the group, which is probably maybe what we should have been doing the whole time, but just didn't think of it. With all that being said, the other game in this group was Napoli-Belgrade. Now, at the beginning of this matchup, every single team had a chance. They were all in it. This was the closest group and still kind of remains that, but Napoli put it on Belgrade 3-1. Wonderful goal by Hamzik and by Dries Mertens. They just did not have enough in this game, Belgrade. With all that being said, man, Napoli walks away 3-1, and the group stands as Napoli with 9 points, PSG with 8 points, Liverpool with 6 points, and Belgrade with 4. So they're out, but they still have, oddly enough, they have a chance for Europa. Well, probably not though. With all that being said, Napoli, PSG, Liverpool, one of those teams is going home, and that sucks. And Napoli's at the top of this right now. Liverpool has all the work to do. They're going to have to sing for their dinner as they play Napoli. So, it's in front of you. You got the chance. Hey, Champions League, baby. Let's move along. Next game, also involving another Premier League team. My personal favorite of a team, Manchester City. I thought this was another game. Well, this is another game I watched, actually, but Lyon hosting City. And as we remember, Lyon got at City 2-1 at the Etihad to open up the Champions League campaign, and that was a shock. But not really. If you know who's playing for these guys, for Lyon. They have a nice team. They may not be like a PSG level team, but I always think there's like after constantly watching Pep over the years, like, the teams just have a fatal flaw. And if you can expose it, you can pretty much ransack his team. And in my personal opinion, this match ended 2-2, but it probably should have been about 6-3 Lyon. Like, Lyon did what they did last game. They just had chance after chance after chance. 12 total shots, 4 on target, but 3 big chances. 2 of them missed. 1 of them hit the woodwork. There were some other things going on here that was just, the thing with City is that you're going to get those chances in a game. You're going to get them. It's kind of like Barcelona. It's just how good do the center backs play. And it's not that center backs just had a bad game, man. Cornet, he just ate them up. I don't know what to say. Is that a bad game by Stones because Maxwell Cornet showed up and wrecked shop? I guess. Laporte is a goal scorer. He was in the middle, but I still thought he had a solid game. But man, like, they were just getting worked. Memphis Depay, Nabil Fekir, Maxwell Cornet at the front 3, just ran shit, and Tanguy Ndombele and Houssem Aouar were solid in midfield. With all that being said, there's just a lot of firepower on the City team, as we all know. He started Sané, Aguero, Mahrez up front, and Raheem Sterling in the midfield. Like, that's how he's loving Raheem right now. When he starts moving a kid or somebody around like that, that's when he's like, I'm going to show that you're one of the most amazing players out there. And so he starts moving you around. But it didn't seem like much. Honestly, it just seemed like Mahrez and Sterling were more like interchangeable in this scenario. They're both on the right and overlap. I mean, the hell does it matter? Both coming down the right. With all that being said, City pulled this back every time. So Lyon goes up early on an amazing Maxwell Cornet goal from outside the box. I mean, like, 1 dribble, 2 steps, rocket to the top corner. Second goal was Laporte equalizing off a wonderful header, and then Depay, man, with a wonderful assist to Maxwell Cornet on the second goal, and then Aguero pulls it back. I don't really take anything from this game other than that Lyon is a solid team, and we all know that, and City is an amazing team that can show up, get ransacked, and still get a draw. So I don't know. I mean, we know what the flaws with City are. I just explained them, so I don't need to explain them again. But man, that was a fun game. It was just action and it was intensity, and I enjoyed watching it. With all that being said, the rest of that Group F, is Shakhtar and Hoffenheim, and man, you talk about another awesome game. This was it. This was an awesome group. I told people at the beginning that this was a group that was slept on, that City was going to have a tougher time than people think. Even though they have qualified with that draw, they still, it was not a walk in the park. But this game was mighty exciting as Shakhtar went up 2-0 early in this game. Hoffenheim did their thing though and pulled it back. There were some really nice goals in this. So they're up 15 within the 15th minute. Shakhtar is up 2-0 with an assist by Tayson and a goal by Tayson. 2 minutes later, though, Andrej Kramaric, man, I love this goal. It was like a pullback, and then he caught it at the top, like right inside the box, and kind of like real softly chipped it, lofted it. I mean, like from a long distance over the keeper's head to the top corner. It was wonderful. But they pulled that back 2-2 by halftime. And a red card in the a yellow red followed up by Adam Sazali. I don't know. You already know how I get down. He was done. 59th minute. So Hoffenheim plays the rest of this game with the red card with 10 men down, and finally in the 92nd minute of a 96-minute game, it falters, and that's it. Tayson with a wonderful turnaround spin goal. Bloop, done. So Hoffenheim, because of that, are now eliminated from Champions League contention. Shakhtar is still in it. Lyon is still in it. Man City is top of the group. I believe they have won the group. I believe that. Lyon, huh? They won 2-2. No, I think Lyon would actually. Wow. If it's what it says here, which is head-to-head, then I believe Lyon would actually, if City wins and Lyon wins in the last game, Lyon would actually win the group. City with the inside track, they play Hoffenheim, which is really only playing for a Europa spot, but still, as we know, good team, score a lot of goals. Shakhtar with 5 points, Lyon with 7 points. They will sing for their supper. One of them teams will be going home. The other one, well, not home, but one of them probably go to Europa, and the other will be headed to the knockout round. Awesome! You love it when there's games like that, man. All right, let's move along. I'm trying to knock this out for y'all, man. All right, so let's move along to another Premier League team because they're just in the Premier matchups this week. It just happens to be, man. Can't help it. Tottenham Inter. So we all know Tottenham's story here, how they got off the schneid, getting beat by Inter in the first game, in a game that they looked like they should have won. Inter kind of came back, playing Barcelona tough, but not getting the result. Tough start for Tottenham, but Tottenham with a win here actually controls their destiny, I believe. But they needed to get it first. They're at home, and they pull it out, man. They pull it out in the 80th minute. Man, typical. You know what? Not typical. What I want to say about that is Sissoko, again, involved on this. He was leading the break. He hit the key pass to Dele Alli, who spun around and just laid it off for Eriksen, who, wonderful finish, man. Like, Inter was just spun around on this. But typical stuff here from the Spurs. Get a lot of shots, a lot on target, man. I mean, they kind of worked Inter a little bit in this game. A lot, just more active, man. More corners, more big chances, more shots on target. Inter just lacked a little bit here. They came out real sluggish. Only 2 shots in the first half, 45% possession. Not good games by Nainggolan or Matthias in midfield. Like, they're struggling. With all that being said, 1-0 Tottenham, man, pulled this back. And that's important because now they're even on points with Inter. And Barcelona has secured the group. So in that scenario, this works in Tottenham's favor, you would think, because Barcelona is the type of team. I mean, they're not playing for anything. Like, if you're, so in PSV, like, in a game that it doesn't matter, you're playing against Tottenham, of course you're going to play your guys. You're going to play your guys because you're young, and most of the time you're a young team. You want to get them that experience, and they're up. They want to play Inter. We want to beat Inter. And I assume, but Barcelona is, big picture team, so they'll be resting some players is my assumption. They've already won the group. So Tottenham will get at least a slightly diminished Barcelona team, which is still a formidable challenge. And Inter will play PSV. And they are tied on points. I believe Inter with the no, it was a 3-2. So I believe Tottenham would have the tie break. So they just have to match Inter's result, I believe. Yeah, man, that's a hell of a comeback. A lot of Tottenham folks that I know and speak to, some were just like, forget the Champions League. Some were like, it's over. And I kept telling them, I was like, if Barcelona or Inter draw or whatever it is, like, and then you beat Inter, you're right back in it. And that's exactly what happened, because I am a prophet, also known as JC. I will not discuss my last name here, my real last name, but don't worry, baby. It's divine. All right. Moving along. Finally, another Premier League team, because I always think Premier League is the only relevant league. If you haven't figured that out, I'm so Premier League centric. Actually, man, I just wanted to bring it up because I really wanted to talk about Mourinho. I love to talk about Mourinho. So United hosting Young Boys. I mean, they've had a decent European campaign in the way of results. You can't argue with that. They're going to go through here. But they had to beat Young Boys at home. Couldn't even sell out the game. And, Jose does what Jose does. Oh, sit back. It's the young boys. Nah, I don't know if he does that, man. If he did that. But he sure trotted out Marion Fellaini once again as the number 10 here. As the number 10. He's doing what Pep is doing with Sterling, and what he's doing with Sterling is like what this dude's doing with Fellaini. I'm going to make him my center back, my holding midfielder. I'm going to make him my Giroud. I'm going to make him my number 10, my Messi. So Messi Fellaini actually rescues them in this game. 91st minute it takes for fucking Manchester United to get a goal on Young Boys. 21 total shots with 65% possession. Oh, man, United was active. 4 shots on target. 4 out of those 21. So that's like a whatever thing. One big chance. It's just like the talent level was too high for Young Boys, and no matter what. But either way, man, 1 goal. They get it. That's how it goes. Sorry, Young Boys. It's tough out there. The other side of that group, Juventus, Valencia. Juventus, man, they do their thing as they always do. Just a machine chugging along here. Ronaldo with a wonderful assist to Mandzukic in the 59th minute is enough to steal that game 1-0. And that puts the group as Juventus on top. 12 points. Manchester United second with 10 points. Valencia out of it, but secure Europa with 5 points. Young Boys are done with 1 point. The only thing to play for next round, I guess. Next match day is top of the group, and you would have to think that maybe matters a little more to Manchester United as getting a potential draw. It doesn't matter; they're going to get beat actually, but a potential draw with with a Porto or some other team like that, you'd be happy. Who else here? Yeah, they're going to lose. There is just no two ways about it. It's done. This is a waste. Anyway, Juventus, man, like I said, chugging along. All right, now, I'm going to hit you up with the groups. We're just going to run through these results by the group. Those are the big 4 games, and then the rest of their groups. So the rest of these results roll a little something like Group G, CSKA Moscow at home against Victoria Plzen. Plzen with the 2-1. They came from behind here, I believe, and got that result. Tough, hard, fought point, but man, I don't think they had any points prior to that. I'll look in a second. But Real Madrid is the other part of that group, away to Roma. And what the hell was Roma doing on that first goal? I have no idea, but they deserve that 2-0 loss. Real Madrid, man, dude, why does Solari look like he should be on Narcos or something? 2 goals, man. Lucas Vasquez and Gareth Bale, 47th, 59th minute. That was a motherfucking wrap. Real Madrid, Toni Kroos balling out in this game. But this group stands at Real Madrid up top with 12, Roma second with 9. Both qualify for the next round. CSKA Victoria Plzen with 4 points apiece. So there's a little something Europa for them to play for next time. That was a huge win for Victoria, actually. You got to take all that back. No disrespect. Respect. Show them some respect. Put some respect on Plzen. For real. All right. Next group, Group E. AEK Athens got did up by Ajax. Ajax had some. The second goal was really nice in this game. Tadic. Man, what can I say? I'm not going to say much other than Bayern Munich is the other half of that group, so it really doesn't matter. They're going to wreck shop. They were at home to Benfica, 5-1. Damn, man, like Robin, cut back left, go. Cut back left, go. Has anyone seen this guy play? Like make him go baseline. Like I don't care. You're just not going to beat me like that. But with all that being said, once he gets that space, like I don't see him miss that. I swear. So it's almost like the hook. It's like a hook shot, man. Like if he gets it, and you can't stop it every time. So he had 2 goals in his game. They wreck shop 5-1. That group stands at Bayern up top with 13 points. Ajax was second with 11. So they are they going to play? I wonder. They might be playing for the next for the top of the table. Excuse me. Bayern and Ajax already qualifying. Benfica with 4. AEK with no points. So Benfica is in Europe. So let's see. Is that what happens? Ajax Bayern Munich. Nice. They will be playing for the top of the table. Sweet. All right. Some more. The match day 6 shaping up nice, man. Got some straight up play-ins. All right. Group A. Atletico did their thing early against Monaco. Even with the red card, they shut them down 2-0. The first goal took a hell of a deflection, and the second goal was an amazing goal by Griezmann. But a wonderful assist by Correa. Atleti, again, to me, like almost, except for last year, but like they feel like a Europa or a Europe machine the past few years. The other half of their group is Dortmund, the darlings of Europe right now, I would say, playing some exciting football. Just a young team, not the darlings, but like a young up and coming team. People are excited about. They get a 0-0 with Bruges. But with all that being said, Atletico at the top of the table with 12, Dortmund second with 10. So they both qualify. They've already played each other. We know those results: 4-0 Dortmund, 2-0, I think 2-0, 3-0, something, Atletico Madrid. So I believe Dortmund will have, that doesn't matter, it can be no tiebreaker. But yeah, so they'll have something to play for, top of the table. I think you really want to, in this year, you want to finish top of the table, man. Like, you don't want to be you don't want to catch, Napoli, PSG, Barcelona, Napoli, Bayern, City, Madrid, Juventus. It's gonna be tough if you're finishing second place. So that's these games, they're not direct, but they mean something for Group A, Madrid and Dortmund. Moving along though, Group D is Lokomotiv hosting Galatasaray. They get the 2-0 here. Galatasaray with some early chances missed, but Lokomotiv, some nice goals, man. It looks so cold in this game. Like, everybody was wearing headgear. Like, I got my Scully on and I'm playing ball. Like, fuck that, man. I'm not feeling the cold at all. The other half of that group does not exist. No, Porto, Schalke, top of the table right there, and Porto put it on Schalke, man. 3-1. Their goal scorer, Bentaleb? No, Coronia. That dude was balling, man. I could be wrong about that. It was yes, there we go. Yeah. It was my man Musa Marega. Yeah, that's him. He had one pull back. Yeah, he's nice, man. From Mali, 27-year-old international, no doubt. But he balled out, had a goal, had the third goal, the final goal. It was a really nice chip. 3-1 Porto. Go ahead and put a stranglehold on that group, and they finish top of the table with 13 points at this moment. Schalke second with 8. They qualify. Galatasaray with 4. Lokomotiv with 3. So that was a big result there for Lokomotiv to come away with that victory, as they will be playing. They will be playing for something next week. All right. Moving along. I think I may have covered it all. How kosher. All right, real quick. Dude of the week, Tazon. My man from Shakhtar, balled out, 2 goals and assists, 3 key passes. 30-year-old Brazilian cat or something. Yeah, Brazilian, I believe. But either way, he balled, man. Super high rating in this game. Just goal-winning. A game, a result that mattered. They're still in contention for Champions League qualification. Like, they got that win in the 92nd minute. It's a huge goal. Tazon. Shout out, dude of the week. Well, let's say dude of the match day. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We got a dude of the week coming later. Goal of the week was tough, man. Messi's goal was sick. Robin had 2 sick goals. Cut back left. Cornet is up there. Actually, I think I'm going to give it to Cornet. I had Kramaric, actually, he had a really, really nice lofty chip, like a really high chip. But Cornet, man, dude, like I said, he dropped that shit on the ground. 1 dribble, 2 steps, top corner from outside the box. Sick. Mertens' goal was nice, too. Yo, Diving for Glory. Champions League. Every Thursday. We post every Monday. Game's over, man. Peace.
Diving. What do you think it's called, though?
He's not a man. There's nothing more to say.
Diving.
Glory.